Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Tillman. If you're not in my class, you're in Mrs. Hunt's class. I'm the other seventh grade ELA and social studies teacher. Welcome to the Industrial Revolution. Um, we have trudged along through the American and the French Revolution and this time a hybrid, and now we're going to transition into the Industrial Revolution. And our flipped learning is going to be focused on this project that you see in this video. And I wanted to take a second just to explain the project and maybe preempt some of the questions you might have as far as the project is concerned. So you will see in your Google Classroom, that's how you got to this video, is the Industrial Revolution project. We can see here on this first slide that we need to read the instructions and choose from the project choices in the next slide. In the submission slide, insert an image, that should say an image, upload a video, or provide a link to your project. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. I can't. There we go. I forget. See, look, editing live. So the next slide over here on the left is going to be our instructions or our options. You are going to get to choose lots of different options. So choose something that excites you, that kind of uses a skill set that you like to do. So if you're an aspiring YouTuber, choose something that uses those skills. If you're someone who likes to draw, then use those skills as well. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so we can read this a little more clearly. There we go. So there are going to be basically three parts to this project. The first two, you're going to choose from this first chart. So again, you're going to have three different choices you're going to be making. The first two are from this grid. So you'll see, I don't know a good way to get this on the screen. There we go. So the first option here, we're just going to go through all of them. We're going to create a crossword puzzle with all of the unit terms. So you're going to make a crossword with all the different terms from this unit that will be provided. Create a colorful mural representing life before and after the Industrial Revolution. So if you're an artsy person, then you're going to create a mural that's before and after. It'd be super cool, especially if you're in Mrs. Hunt's art class or Mrs. Johnson's art class. Write a short one-page story about a day at the factory during the Industrial Revolution. Transport yourself into the time frame in which the Industrial Revolution was evolving. You are a worker at a factory. Record your reaction to the changing times using Flipgrid. So you create a video of you responding to the changing times. Draw a storyboard with at least 5 scenes depicting the working day of a child during the Industrial Revolution. Again, that could be drawing like a comic style. You could also use one of the storyboard technologies that we've done in class. Make a presentation, some sort of presentation with PowerPoint or Prezi or Google Slides of 5 songs whose titles or content represent the Industrial Revolution. Explain why you chose each one and try to link the songs from YouTube. And this is the key here. As much as there might be some awesome new single that reminds you of this, it's got to be school appropriate. It's got to be school appropriate. And every piece of that content, just because the cuss words might be edited out, doesn't mean that it's school appropriate. So make sure that if it's not something that you would listen to in front of your grandma or your grandpa, then that's probably a good indicator that it's not school appropriate. Create the front page of a newspaper containing information about reform movements and inventions during the Industrial Revolution. Include headlines for articles and a picture for each article. So that's kind of a combination writing and pictures. I like that one a lot. Make a scrapbook of a factory worker during the Industrial Revolution. Include 5 artifacts and an explanation of each one presents. Design and create a model for your very own invention. Be sure to explain how it will be used and why it would benefit people. So creating something new to improve the lives of people. So again, you're going to choose 2 of those. 2 out of the 9. So you could choose to create a crossword and a mural. You could make a song presentation and a Flipgrid as a worker. Any combination of these that you want, but you must choose 2. The last part of this is you're going to choose one of the four that are here. So you're going to choose from the historical figures here. So we've got Bismarck. I don't know. I think it's Meiji. I think Perry, Marx, or Smith. And you're going to use those names to kind of indicate how you proceed on these four. So you're going to create an ID badge for each of the historical figures. Be sure to include a picture, place of employment, years of life, position, specialty. So you're basically creating a work ID badge for each of these people. Creating a diary for one of the historical figures reflecting on important events in their life or in the events of the Industrial Revolution. The diary should contain 5 entries and correct dates. Be sure to provide and figure the figure's emotions and reactions as you would imagine them to be. You're also going to create a Facebook page, or you could choose to create a Facebook page for one of these historical figures. Include a picture, cover, 3 posts, and at least 5 people who like it. I'd be sure all of this has to do with the historical figure. So again, this is not actually creating a Facebook page. You could create a template. If you did have a Facebook that you had access to and wanted to create a legit Facebook page, that could be something that we maybe screenshot. But you are not required to actually create a fan page for this person. You are an interior designer. Last option, an interior designer for one of the historical figures. Go online and find 10 items you would include in their house if they live today. Be sure to explain why you chose each of them. Present them to the class via a PowerPoint, Prezi, poster, and keep track of how much you spend. There you go. So again, we've got basically 3 things that we're choosing, 2 from this top section and 1 from the bottom. If any of this looks like I don't want to do that at all, then don't do it. But you have to choose one of the options. So in this section, you're going to choose historical figures to do something about. In this section, you're going to choose things that are happening in the Industrial Revolution to discuss. You're going to need to do some research on your own time outside of class to supplement what we learn in class that will guide you along this Industrial Revolution project. Make sure to check the date that this is due. It is going to be due before Christmas break, and that date is escaping me now. So check and make sure that you are not Christmas break, Thanksgiving break. So make sure that you're checking in with your teacher. Make sure you're checking on that due date and that you're spending a little time each day in completing this project. If you guys have any questions, you know to reach out to either Mrs. Hunt or myself. Again, I'm Mr. Tillman. And hopefully this answers a lot of the questions you might have. And hopefully you've already got some ideas and are excited about which of these you'd be most interested in doing. Enjoy your day. Make sure, again, that you're looking at some outside sources as well as using the information we learn in class. And that is all I have to say. Bye.